I wanted to make a quick video on how I make images ready for print and cut and also ready to be an earring. So I like to take just about anything, any PNG, any of your sublimation files, there's so many different file types that you can take and turn into a earring. So I want to show you how to do it. I have this pretty little pumpkin and we're going to turn it into an earring. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layers tab and I'm going to set up 3 layers. I've already done that here. I have a registration, a print, and a cut. If you're not sure how to do that, this little button down here, that's going to create a new layer. I don't need that. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, but if you need to, that's where it is. So I'm using my Trotec and my Mimaki 6042, and we're going to make print and cut earrings. So I've got a print layer, a cut layer, and a registration layer. I'm going to copy our print onto our cut layer. I'm going to hide the print because I don't need it. And then I'm going to come over here to Image Trace. I'm going to change it to color and we're going to trace. Okay. It's going to take just a minute. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to Object, Image Trace, and Expand. Now we've got a lot of stuff. I'm going to ungroup everything. I'm going to remove this bounding box here because we don't need it. I'm going to select everything, highlight all of it, and then we're going to find our Pathfinder and Unite. This doesn't always work quite as well as you see here. Every once in a while, you might have stray nodes hidden in the middle. One thing that I like to do in that case is just move this, and then you can highlight everything from where it moved and delete it if need be. This one turned out perfect. It's great. I'm actually really excited at how well it looks. The other thing, though, that I have done with other files is and we'll see if we can scroll in here. If you notice that the edges of this are rough or that there's a lot of different nodes or anything like that, you can come up to Object, Path, and I like to use the Smooth Path, and that'll help smooth things out. So now I have my cut, but I don't want it to be a straight cut. Now, if you wanted it to, this is perfect. We can go see our print. And what I like to do is highlight both of them and we're going to align them center and up and down center. That's your cut. So if we wanted to, we could absolutely go with just this, not a problem. Actually, let's try it. We'll see what this one looks like. So the next thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to hide our print again because I don't want to mess with that, is we're going to use our shape tool, click on the ellipse, and we want to add a hole for our earring hardware. I could probably add it here on the stem, but I don't know that that's ideal. So this one, we're going to add it on the corner. Now, they may not hang right. We're going to find out. I'm going to change this to white just so I can see it better. And then we want 2 things. One, we want we want our circle to be 0.065. This is from Katie Mullinax, who is the queen of earrings and findings. So we're going to do a 0.065 hole. And then we want it about 0.065 from the edge. So I like to just make 2 0.065 holes and line them up. Just like that. And then delete my first one. 2 things here. One, if your shape is not already sized, mine is. If it's not already sized to the size you want, if you do all of this and then resize it, that hole's going to be off. So make sure that before you do this hole, before you finalize your hanging hole, everything is sized the way you want it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the hole and the shape, and I'm going to go back to my object, and I'm going to go to Compound Path and make it a compound path. Now it's all together. I'm going to go back to my layers, check on my print, and if we want, we can move our print up so we can see that our print is on top. And there you have it. There's our cut, there's our print. If we are adding registration marks, we're going to go back to our ellipse tool. We're going to add, just kidding. We're going to make sure we're on our registration layer. We're going to add a registration mark. Helpful hint too, when you're doing your circle or your shape here, if you hold down the shift key, if you just go to make it, it's going to be all sorts of ways. Hold down the shift key, you can see where it changes. So shift will make it proportional to a true circle. All right. For our registration marks, they're going to be 0.25. We want it to be 1/4 inch. Not on it today. And then I'm going to make sure it's black. Now, I need to make a bunch of these, so we're going to, or if I was going to, we're going to zoom out. I'm going to move this up. We'll move our registration mark. We're going to copy paste a few of these.